Hello and welcome, this is Rooflemonger, and in this edition of Let's Learn Mortal Kombat, we're going to be talking about wake-up attacks. So that's that guy right there. You've probably seen it more a few times. Different characters have different animations, but it all comes at the same thing. This is the up 3 universal wake-up attack that is invincible on wake-up. So try as I might to attack him here, I'm just not going to be able to do it. And one thing also about the wake-up attack here, the invincible one, is for a lot of characters, even though it's technically punishable on block, the frame data is very tight on it, and a lot of things you would want to punish with might actually kind of miss, because the pushback is so intense. So technically, Raiden's stand jab should be able to punish it, except I'm pushed too far out to do so. And if I try to do my stand 2, which has more range, that's too slow to punish it. So for some characters, you have some extreme difficulty actually punishing the move. Sure, it is absolutely your quote-unquote turn to do something, but to actually punish it might be a little bit difficult. So how do we deal with these attacks here? If I can't attack right away, and I have some difficulty punishing it, then what's the answer? So what I'm going to do is to introduce a concept to you called the shimmy. So if you're a Street Fighter player, you probably know all about shimmying, but just in case you don't know the concept, so it's something as simple as this. So we're going to walk back, and walking back certainly gets us out of range, but then you say, well, how do you keep your pressure? Well, it's really quite this simple. All you do is walk out of the respective range of the move, and then keep your attack going. So we are using Raiden as our example here. So Raiden back 3-1 will keep us, we can safely walk out of the range of the wake up, and then still attack afterwards. Can't attack too early or you still get smacked, as you can see there. But we can still clear as day punish the wake up here without actually not being anywhere near it, and then we can get some sort of combo afterwards. So we can do something like that. So now you might say, well, if they're just going to walk back, why would I do it? Well, one, your window to input it is kind of, I'm not going to say strict, but it doesn't give you a lot of time to mess around, right? You're not necessarily always going to have time to visually confirm, okay, they're definitely going to walk back and, try to punish it, that kind of stuff. And two, you can do stuff like this. Well, you want to walk forward step and then still walk backwards and have it miss. Now, just so you know, this is a character-specific thing here. So, someone like Johnny Cage, Johnny does travel a lot more forward than Garrus does. So if you're a little remiss in moving back, or if you're trying to move forward then move back, you might still get smacked, as you can see here. You can still do it a little bit here, but you got to be a lot more strict in your timing. So there is some manner of character specificity towards this. Now, to another layer. So now that we talked about shimmying here, as I guess the biggest weakness you can say about shimmying, because if they do it for the most part, you definitely got them. Like, you're going to be completely out of the range, and you can just smack them. But you can sometimes shimmy yourself out of your own pressure. Like, if they just stand perfectly still, especially Johnny, right? Like, since he's got such a forward-moving one, you definitely want to give him range, because if you stop a little bit early, he's going to smack you anyways, right? So if you go for it and he stands perfectly still, you're just going to go blah, like this and miss, and he can, like, down for you or something like that, right? So what's a way to still potentially stop them and stay in their face? And my friends, that is honestly just a very simple neutral jump, as you can see there. So they'll do the forward thing. All you have to do is, did they do it or not? Then you can land and kick. And the beautiful thing is, if they stand in place, unlike, say, the shimmy method, if they stand in place, you can just land with a drop kick here, and you'll be decently advantaged on block. Now, the one thing is, you can say, well, they can do the up 2, which is indeed air invincible if they wake up with their up 2, which is over here. They wake up with their up 2. Well, that's just not going to work. Up 2s are air invincible. So you cannot drop kick them anyway, but once again, they get beat just by the shimmy, just like anything else, right? So you're just adding more layers to it. So the neutral jump is a little more advantageous if they don't do anything, and the shimmy beats both layers pretty easily. So you just got to say, which one are they going to go for, and also keep in mind the up 2 version has no invincibility whatsoever, so you can just stuff them for free if they try to wake up with it. There's no invincibility, and you can just do whatever you're going to do, and they just kind of have to take it. So keep that in mind. So that's dealing with up 2s and up 3s, the invincible options here. Up 3 being the fully invincible option, and up 2 being invincible to anti-airs, trying to stop you from jumping, But a lot of people, they just want to roll, right? So that is obviously another layer. So if you do the usual shimmy timing, the roll, you're going to look like a dang fool. Because for the most part here, if you shimmy at the time you want to shimmy at, the roll is just going to go through on the other side, and you probably just cornered yourself, and that's not going to be any good for you. So what you gotta do is either just delay a little bit further, because one thing about rolls is they are invincible as well, but they cannot stop throws in any way, shape, or form. So the roll will always get beat by a throw. And this is forward roll or back roll, but for the most part, if someone's in the corner, they're going to try to forward roll you. So keep that in mind, that if they try to roll, you can forward throw them, and you got them. Also, when you are doing a neutral hop, if they switch on the other side of you, your attacks will auto-correct to the other side. So you can kind of just do whatevs. The timing is a bit tight to get a true punish, because if it does not say punish, then they will not. They will technically be able to block, but still, at the very least, you can keep your pressure going here. It's very easy to do that. Some characters have lower to the ground jumping attacks, have an easier time of getting the direct punish than others. That's going to be a character-to-character thing. But the neutral jump also covers the roll as well as covering them trying to do wake up 3. So once again, this is a very valuable technique, especially because once again, if they fully roll over on the other side, you just simply auto-correct and you will face them anyways, and you can just kind of go from there. Now, the more complicated one is mid-screen. So we obviously spend a lot of time in the corner, because the corner is, you know, advantage for the offensive player, right? Mid-screen, you gotta give the guy more respect, just honestly. That's just how it's gonna work. Because if you try to, say, shimmy their wake up, they could just back roll and then they're out for free, right? If you try to chase down the back roll, they might have just wake up 3 and then smacked you, right? There's so many more options, since effectively there's the space to play with. The option of back roll is just a lot better overall, because, you know, the enemy has that option, right? Because if you try to bulldog in, they can still up 3 you, or, you know, if you try to respect it too much, they can just wake up and throw you. There's just a lot more options in play. So one thing though, if you do let them wake up, if you catch them doing that, you can definitely punish the back roll with, say, a forward advancing move or a fireball, or if you have an exceptionally long range normal, you can definitely punish it. But for the most part, neutral is a lot more tricky to catch people doing stuff, because you have to give them a lot more respect, because they have the option of the back roll. That means, you know, you're more enticed to chase it down, and since you're more enticed to chase it down, then other stuff might hit you instead. And since we have Raiden here, let's just show you a little bit of character specificity. You know, you can do stuff like this and catch the back roll, which is pretty cool, but as with all things in fighting games, be careful you don't outsmart yourself, because, you know, you can do something like this and literally wake up into their auto-corrected wake up attack. So, as always, you know, just be careful what you're doing. So that's just basically an overview on how the wake up system works in this game. There is no 100% guaranteed way to beat the wake up. Like, you're gonna have to get inside your opponent's head. It's obviously, as we went over, a lot easier to deal with it in the corner, because you can have multiple ways of, like, kind of distancing yourself and protecting yourself, or, you know, just otherwise just not being in the way of the reversal, and then, you know, keeping it your turn or getting damage or whatever. Mid-screen, that's a lot harder, but yeah, that's just the game. You're gonna have to, you know, kind of get into your opponent's head here. Certain characters, certain players are going to be a lot more prevalent in doing reversals, or some people are going to be really pig-headed about it. Some people might only try to roll. Some people are going to wake up 3 every single time. Some people are going to expect you to try to bait it out and wake up throw you, or just wake up and start attacking you, that kind of stuff. It's going to be different person to person, but I hope this video gave you an idea of just kind of the thought processes you need to play with the wake up game. And now, with all that said, that's the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Mortal Kombat.
This is the love we